Hi, welcome to Juliana's Kitchen. The Marvelous Muffins cookbook series continues, and today's recipe is the delicious dark chocolate cherry muffins. They are so rich, moist, and chocolatey good, just as muffins. And they're even more decadent when you turn them into Black Forest cupcakes. If you like the sounds of this, please hit that like button, subscribe, and let's get baking. We can use fresh or frozen cherries for this recipe. But if you are going to use the fresh ones, you definitely want the gloves on for doing this cherry pitting thing because it will stain your hands. Or you can put a little bit of olive oil on your hands because that is helpful to stop all the cherry juice from staining your beautiful hands. Once you have them pitted, you want to cut them into quarters, or if they're really big cherries, a little bit smaller. The idea is you just want them to be about the size of a nice big blueberry. And we will need 1.5 cups of them. Another quick pre-prep thing we need to do is dissolve 1 teaspoon of instant coffee into 2/3 cup of milk. This helps bring out the chocolate flavor. If you don't do coffee or you don't have coffee, don't worry about it. They'll still be delicious. But if you've got some instant kicking around, this is a nice little secret hack. We're also going to need 1.5 cups of chocolate chips. And if you don't have a nut allergy, I recommend highly using almond extract and 1/2 cup of sliced almonds. But if you have a nut allergy, you can just skip the nuts and use vanilla extract instead. Next, you need to get your muffin tins ready, and you can bake them right in the tin and just spray some non-stick or use regular paper liners. But if you want to do fancy bakery style, and I highly recommend it because these are awesome, get yourself some of these little parchment paper tulip wraps, or you can make your own at home in your own kitchen. I'll put a link in the description where I show you how to make them on another video. And now is a really good time to preheat our ovens to 425 so it's good and hot for when our muffins go in there. And since I promised you decadent, we need to talk chocolate. They're not all created equal. Use whatever you've got on hand if you have to. But if you need to shop for cocoa powder anyways, get Fries. At least that's my recommendation. It's processed in the Dutch style, which means it's alkalized, it's not acidic, and for whatever reason, it is way richer, darker, more flavorful chocolate muffins than any of the other big brands I tried. And nope, I'm not a sponsor. And since the cocoa powder is part of our dry ingredients, we're going to get those ready next. And I'm putting mine in one of these old style sifters. If you don't happen to have one, you can just use a sieve. And you want 2/3 cup of cocoa powder. And then you're going to want to have also 1 cup and 3/4 of flour. And 1 tablespoon of baking powder, and 1 teaspoon of salt. It's time to put the wet ingredients together now. So in a large bowl, you want to start with 1 cup of sugar. And to that, we're going to add 2 eggs. And some of you might be asking, why is sugar part of the wet ingredients? And that's because when you add something wet to sugar, it melts it. And that's why it's part of the wet ingredients. I like to use a whisk for this part of the mixing. Just makes it easier to blend everything. So once you got your eggs whisked in there, you want to add 1/2 cup of oil. And I am using olive oil. It's my go-to cooking oil in the kitchen. You can use whatever oil you like. And you want to blend that in before we add the next ingredients. And that would be 1.5 tablespoons of, I'm using almond extract, or if you're doing the nut-free version, then use vanilla. Give it a little quick stir. And then we want to add 3/4 cup of sour cream. When it comes to baking in sour cream, it's always best to use full-fat sour cream. The diet stuff is just not the same consistency and can make things a little soggy sometimes. And then the last thing you want to add to your wet ingredients is that 2/3 cup of milk with the instant coffee. Or if you're not using the coffee, just go with straight milk. Mix that in, and now we can get rid of the whisk and switch to a spatula. Because it's time to add all our dry ingredients. And you want to add them all at once. So sift them in, or if you don't have a sifter, you can use your sieve. And then using our spatula, you just want to fold the dry ingredients into the wet. For anyone who's a first-time baker with me, how you fold is you go to the bottom of the bowl and up and around. And the reason we do this is because we're guaranteed not to over-mix it. And that's one of the secrets to nice fluffy muffins. You don't want to over-mix your batter. So only mix it enough for the dry to be absorbed. In fact, it doesn't even have to be completely mixed before we add our cherries. And I like to hold a couple back just for topping them. And if you're using the almonds, same thing. And our chocolate chips. And then just fold those in so that it's nicely blended. And then into the tins we go. If you happen to have one of those quick release ice cream scoops, these are awesome for loading muffins. And if you don't have an ice cream scoop, you can just use a spatula and a spoon like this. And if you held back a couple cherry pieces, you can add them now. It gives them a nice finish and makes sure everybody gets their fair share of cherries. And same thing if you're doing the nut version and you have a couple almonds left. Now we're just going to pop them in the oven at 425 for 6 minutes. And then we want to turn our oven down to 400 and continue baking for 15 to 20 more minutes. It looks like our muffins are done. They rose beautifully. But if you want to know how to tell if they're actually done, do the toothpick test. Insert a toothpick, and if it comes out nice and dry and clean, maybe a little bit of chocolate chip on there is okay, then you know your muffins are done. Okay, if you're Team Muffin, you are done. You can pour the coffee and go and enjoy these. But if you're Team Black Forest Cake, you can do the quickie version and just spray it with some canned whipped cream and put a maraschino cherry on it. But if you want to go all the way to high tea party that you didn't even know you wanted to have, then I'll show you how to make some chocolate whipped cream and chocolate shavings and maraschino cherries. So let's do that. First thing we want to do is put a metal bowl in the freezer. You want to chill the bowl for about 10-15 minutes, and while that's chilling, if you're going to do some chocolate sprinkles, this is the easiest way I know how to do some in a hurry. You just take your favorite big chocolate bar, solid chocolate, and use your clean vegetable peeler, and you just want to shave enough chocolate so that you have enough to put on each muffin. Or should we call them cupcakes now? If you're going to use some maraschino cherries, then you want to set a couple of those out on a paper towel and pat them to dry just to get all the excess moisture out of them, and we'll set those aside. And then into our nice frosty bowl, you want to add 1 cup of whipping cream. You want it to be at least 33% milk fat, and to that we're just going to add the teeniest little bit, 1/4 teaspoon of almond extract. And then I'm using an electric mixer. If you do this by hand, it's going to take longer. But with an electric mixer, you only want to beat it for about 2 minutes. You can see it's starting to get kind of creamy, but we're not at stiff peaks yet. This is when we want to sift in our cocoa powder and icing sugar. I'm using 2 tablespoons of icing sugar and 2 tablespoons of cocoa powder. You want to be sure to sift it at this stage because cocoa powder tends to clump, and this way it'll stay nice and separate and give us creamy whipping cream. And then continue beating until it starts to ball around the beater like this and nice stiff peaks form. And you'll know your whipped cream is ready when you can turn the whole bowl upside down and none falls on your head. So let's get it in a bag. You can use a piping bag if you have one, but the simple hack is just to use a sandwich baggie. Put it in a glass like this so that one point is at the bottom of the glass. The glass just makes it easier to fill it with your whipped cream. Then squeeze the air out of it and zip it shut. We want our muffins to be completely cool before we turn them into cupcakes. So you can pop this in the fridge. Don't snip the tip yet, just pop it in the fridge. And then we'll take it out when the muffins are cool enough to ice. And then I've just snipped the tip off of the corner of the bag, and you can just squeeze the icing out onto each of your muffins. And then you want to sprinkle some chocolate shavings on there and add your maraschino cherry. And there we have the Black Forest cake version. And I know not everybody's a big fan of maraschino cherries, and I decided I'm not a big fan of the coil shape, so I did a couple of different patterns. You can design it however you like. I hope you enjoyed baking with me today. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next video. Have a great day.